If you are a manufacturing company in Nigeria, you need to come closer. A lot of things have changed that would impact your business, and we are here on this channel to bring those things up to your attention. As you know, this is where we discuss everything that affects your business, and this is Insight with Oladejo Adeyemi. So you are a manufacturer in Nigeria. How do you ensure you keep pouring new wine into new wine skin and not the other way around? Things are changing and you have to familiarize yourself with those things. Are you aware, for instance, that the definition on the categorization of small companies has changed? Are you also aware that the capital allowance rates have recently changed and that initial allowance in the structure of capital allowance as we used to have it has changed? If you want to know more about that, you need to check some of my previous videos on the previous episode we've had in the past, where we broke down the concept of capital allowance. Are you aware as well that there is now an introduction of development levy, which is 4%, and it kind of put together all the other levies like NASENI levy, like the education tax and all of that we used to have in the past. As a manufacturing company, these things impact you greatly. More importantly, are you aware that there is now room for you to spend up to 5% of your turnover on research and development? If you are not aware of these things, then you are sleeping on them. Something as basic as product design or process improvements will typically qualify for this deduction. If you have a turnover of 100 billion and you have the opportunity to spend up to 5 billion of that turnover, which is 5%, on R&D, do you know how much that can help your business scale? These are some of the things that other manufacturers that have been following this channel will know about. And I'm hoping that you join the train and don't sleep on it. There is a merchant buyer solution platform that you are now required to start sending your invoices via, especially if your turnover is above the threshold of 5 billion that the FRS has earmarked. These are some of the changes that have happened within our tax and regulatory environment that you cannot afford to be unaware of as a manufacturer. Another big change is with respect to VAT. In the coming months and in the coming series, we are going to be breaking down VAT quite elaborately. But in the meantime, you need to be aware that there's expansion in the list of what qualifies for input VAT. You would remember in the past, if you incur input VAT on services, it would not qualify as deductible. Now, that expansion has happened. VAT that you also incur on fixed asset, for instance, will be added to the cost of that asset in the past and as we have it now. But with the introduction of this new tax law, that VAT will now qualify as deductible. Another major thing that you need to be aware of is with respect to expansion on zero-rated lists. Essentials, goods and services have now been brought into that list such that VAT will not apply on them. I said it before, if you're a manufacturer, what you need to start doing now is start putting strategies in place to be sure that you are optimizing your functions. You start reviewing some of the things that you've done before, some of the options that you've taken in the past based on what the business and regulatory environment had required and demanded at those times. Now that we have the new laws upon us, are you still going to be pouring new wine into old wineskin? or you are going to keep following this channel, continue to get the updates, continue to share and like, so that we have a population of people and manufacturers like you who are enlightened about what their roles and responsibilities are towards their businesses. Until I come your way again, I remain Oladejo Adeyemi, and this is Insight with Oladejo. See you next time. Bye.